Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
So we're just waiting on the last few people. Oh, no, wrong one.
Check.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I'll vlog and roll 20 in a second. Right, we gotta go save Black Shadow.
Yep.
If the others show up, that is.
Magulor's not going to be here.
Okay, so I'm
Oh.
assuming he'll be in the second
Well.
group then.
Oh, that'll make our initial defense a bit more complicated, as Magulor can use a fireball. I can't.
Yeah. Well, there'll be 4 of you once Mamagi turns up, so you'll be able to decide who goes where soon enough.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
So it'll make it an even 2-2 split for now.
Yeah.
So that should be good.
That's fine. Whatever works.
Is Magulor around?
Yeah, unfortunately, he and Evantor are inside the inn, combing Magulor's like ridiculously long beard.
So, no Mamagi either?
Mamagi will be here shortly.
Okay.
Yeah, again, sorry for dragging, guys.
That's
No,
right.
good.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was in another session, another game in. It dragged on a bit. Mainly because we basically stumbled across a very, very, very big encounter with a bunch of dudes. And we all rolled like 4s and 5s and kept missing. Problem is, the enemy rolled
rip.
just as badly, so we were just basically hiding by cover, shooting each other. And we're winning. Currently, though, we're winning, and they're almost done. Got a shit ton of XP and gold, though.
So it's another D&D session, I'm assuming?
It's kind of weird. It's Osric. If it's Osric D&D, I guess. But it uses a bit of but it uses like a modern setting. And it's something the DM has been working on for months. It's actually pretty fun. It was a good idea. We're in the
Sounds cool,
first
actually.
session. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I might actually consider joining that.
Okay, so while we're waiting on Mamagi, I'll get started a little bit on what is happening. So, after having gone down to the ruined town of Zovo and finding that the necromancer you guys are chasing is not actually there, you were ambushed by some skeletons and found two notes on one of them once you defeated them. One of them was from the necromancer himself, Tarkom Ravenwolf, and basically told you guys that he was already on his way to Black Shadow in an attempt to destroy it. The other one was from the Drow priestess that you guys encountered briefly, Umre Mizrun, who was in charge of summoning Kuraviron, which you all know your attempts to stop failed. So after that, you guys made it back to town post-haste without any encounters along the way, only to find that the undead army has not reached the town yet. Now, I am going to give this a little bit of out-game knowledge that you guys can use to prepare so that you have a bit of help. You guys have 5 days worth of preparations you can use before the undead army approaches from the south and the northeast of Black Shadow. So that's 5 days worth of preparation for you guys to discuss amongst yourselves.
Do we know where they are physically? Like, can we get Zahn to do divination and show us the bulk of the army?
Okay. by the time you guys get back to Black Shadow, it's 210 and divide.
Thought this was Lord of the Rings.
So by the time you guys get back to town, and I'll just use this token here, this one, they would be about there. Because the slowest moving thing in their party is what's slowing them down. So it'll take them 5 days to reach the town, but even then it's going to take a little bit longer because the army has to split off so that it can come from both the south and the northeastern directions of Black Shadow.
Alright then.
So you guys discuss. I will be right back.
Alright. Can I think of a... Alright, how about... Okay, can I think of a way, under?
Well,
Could
how-
we...
how-
if we can find, we can, like, make, traps. I wonder if I can put, like, an illusion over them so
Yeah,
that they
I was
can't find them.
yeah, I was gonna say you could, if you have, you know, the spell capability or whatever. I don't know how magic works. You could maybe put a massive illusion around the town, like a massive army or something, to possibly scare them off, if that's even possible or affects them.
No, it won't. It won't necessarily scare them off per se.
But it'll slow them down.
Well, there's a few problems. First off, they're mostly undead,
Which is
and undead are unaffected by illusions for the most part. But
as I said, don't know how magic works.
non-intelligent undead are immune to illusions for the most part. But here's the thing: unintelligent undead don't have much of a sense of self-preservation. So it's not the undead we have to trick; it's the necromancers controlling them.
That and
Exactly.
you're also really limited on how many creatures you can create with illusions. The creature's hit dice can add up to your own, but not exceed it.
And I only have 8 hit dice, so we're already at a
Cool.
distinct disadvantage.
Okay. If only Magulor was here.
Well, I guess we could convince Magulor to go get Avantor when they're maybe a day out. Maybe
Yeah, no.
like drive by, burn a few, and fly off.
You know what we could do? We could get the 2 dragons to dig like a massive moat around Black Shadow, and then we fill it with a heap of wood, and then get them to set it on fire, like a really long-lasting wood, so that when the undead try to cross it, it's literally just a wall of flame. Or a pit full of flame.
Yeah, and then we could also if we can alter the entrances a bit, we could control the flow of undead.
As well, if they were to break it. Plus, with that moat, flame moat, if we were to do it, we would have the dragons to fly us in and out to help defend the town.
Also, we do need to have a big area where we have a final, quote-unquote, last stand. An area which people can hide in securely and somewhere it's easy to defend.
The tower, maybe? Other than that, no, we'll have to look at Black Shadow.
Yeah, if it's a wizard's tower, it probably does have some level
Below
of
it.
of defenses
And
that can
defense, yeah.
at the very least, the stone is often magically treated.
You'd hope.
You'd hope, yes.
So, yeah, that can be a last-ditch defense area if we need it. Plus, the dragons can sit outside and literally just breathe flame upon all who try to enter.
Plus,
Considering we have 2 of them.
Yeah, and I suppose for damage purposes, we could enlarge Koroth.
We also could do that, yes.
That also complicates things a little bit. in terms of the maths and everything.
Yes. So did you hear proposition, Tyrone?
Yes,
Or did you just...
I heard some of what you guys were saying.
Yes, we could enlarge Coral if I could cast Grace on him to compensate for the loss in dexterity.
It all just comes down to what you guys want to do. During the 5 days that you have to do what you want in order to help yourselves combat the coming undead.
Undead are weak to fire, correct?
Not always.
Not that you're aware of. The ones you fought don't seem to be overly affected by fire, if at all.
Okay.
Fire hurts, but not much more than anything else they're dealing with.
Okay. Depends on the undead, I guess.
Pretty much.
Well, I don't know if you heard this, but maybe dig like a moat and then fill it with a heap of wood and like light it on fire around the town. So that way if they fall into the moat to try to get in, they just fall in and kind of burn to slow them down.
Could work.
Yeah, we could also... It would be easiest to do this with
But
spells.
I have one question for you guys. Where are you going to gather enough wood to fill the moat?
We don't
Just
necessarily need wood. I know the grease spell.
Okay, well, anything that can put a fire in or something that can damage the undead in there. Like maybe a heap of pillars or something, I don't know.
Is to keep them down there and not in our way.
Mm.
You don't necessarily need to kill every undead that walks in here.
Just
have
to
to
hold
stop
them in.
Just have to stop them from being a credible threat.
So you could... Go ahead, Darren.
So I was going to say, if you're going to use this solely on wood, then you are going to have a lot of issues because the wood in this region is very scarce. Other than for the areas around Black Shadow, but even then there would not be enough to fill an entire moat around the town.
Would the grease spell be enough to keep the flames burning for a while? Like if we use a little bit of wood, but then use grease to extend the burning.
Well, grease is pretty much standard grease you find in the normal world as it is anyhow. You know, greasy kind of thing you get from some meals. That's from what I understand anyhow.
All right then. Another question.
Will the town have any oil or like fuel to burn like lanterns and stuff? Gas lanterns, maybe.
Yes. The town will have some oil, and I will say yes that grease would be able to be used as a burnable fuel.
Well, if we were to use the oil and the grease, we would be able to hold it off. We would be able to keep it going for a large amount of time with a small amount of wood that we could possibly use that they use for firewood or whatever they use to keep places
Okay,
heated.
I'm going to drag you guys to one of the maps, and I want you to indicate to me. Whoops. Indicate to me roughly about where the moat would go.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is that's the bridge,
This is the southern entrance.
So that's the bridge that enters to Black Shadow. I'm assuming.
Yeah, do you mind me? I'm borrowing the drawing tools here.
Go for it. You guys can scribble all over this map until we actually start using it.
I'm thinking like somewhere. I'm thinking like about here. It'll protect the archers and also trap any undead who try to get over that area.
Those walls are about 5 to 10 feet tall.
Just 5 to 10.
Is there something I'm not seeing?
Well, that's not a problem. If we
I see it.
if we dig it deeply, the undead, unless they get like necromancer assistance, aren't gonna be crap. I messed that up. aren't necessarily going to
No.
be smart enough to figure out the best way to get up on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wall's already there, correct?
Those. Sorry, what?
That wall that's there on the edge of the map, that's already there?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the wall of the town itself.
Oh, okay. Cool. So, yeah.
This is a
if we were to
this is
build
a
the-
more realistic representation of the immediate area of Black Shadow as opposed to the map you guys were just on.
Okay, that makes more sense. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
One more
okay,
question.
yeah.
How many gates does Black Shadow have?
This one here is the main gate, but there is a tunnel hole at the north. I'll show you guys. There is a tunnel hole at the northeastern area just here that can be
Okay.
used to get in and out of the town.
Okay, so the undead know about this? Or not?
Even if they don't, the necromancers could send undead down there.
Yeah.
First thing we need to do is block it off.
The only one who would be aware of this, unless the knowledge was shared with everyone, is Koroth, because when the first group came to Black Shadow, that was the way they had to go in, because the bridge at the time was broken.
Okay.
So,
Well,
back over here.
how big is the wall around Black Shadow? Like, how long, like, perimeter?
Well, this here is corner to corner, so whatever that says at the far right corner there, that's how long that is from corner to corner.
300 feet, roughly.
And then it would be probably another 300 back and then another 300 on an angle towards the ocean. So it's not a small town.
Okay, so it's sort of a prism-ish? So it's four-sided?
Yes, but the way I'll draw it, what it sort of looks like. It's sort of along the lines of this.
Hey guys, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Now we do.
we hear you.
So it's sort of shaped
Well,
like
I
that.
don't hear you at all.
It's shaped like that with the harbour being back that way, through this little gap here.
Okay, so I'm assuming here is where the hole was?
Wait,
The tunnel?
hang on a second.
No, it's fine.
Where? Sorry.
Just there?
Yes, that's roughly whereabouts the tunnel would be.
Okay. So, in theory, if it were to build the moat inside the wall, they would only... Are they going to be able to scale the walls?
You don't know.
Okay. If anything, Nestor, your plan is good, but if they were able to knock down the walls, they would then have bridges over the moat, which would then destroy the purpose of it.
Oh yeah, that's what. Well, yeah, that's the thing. The moat is meant to slow down some of the more intelligent, some of the dumber undead.
Yeah, so if we were to build it in a bit further, where the wall, if it were to fall down, wouldn't affect it, would slow down all of them to an extent.
So you want to extend it to about this far?
Yeah, however far 10 feet is. Like, not a massive moat, maybe a small one, but not have it as big.
Yeah. Well, difference is we need spells that are good at, tunneling Earth. Because we do it by
Avantor and the other dragon. Zora. We could use them and their claws to dig up a heap of earth. And then we can then use the dirt that they've collected to build walls up on one side to make it a steep climb up, so you can go down, sure, but then coming up it's steeper.
Yeah.
And it's higher. So you can then create dirt walls.
But realizing if you do those steep walls and then go down yourself, you're going to have just as much troubles climbing back out as the undead are.
That is true.
Alright, how far across is the river here?
Probably about 300 feet if it's as wide as the map itself. So yeah, about 270, I think that says.
I mean across.
Oh, across, it's about 20 feet.
How deep?
It varies in different areas. You'd say the deepest would be about 10 feet. The shallowest would probably be about 2 or 3 feet.
Well, it's not much help then.
The shallowest parts are obviously on the shoreline, with the deepest parts being about the middle of the river.
Let me crack open my
So I just did the mathematical calculations. The whole perimeter of the fence would be around about 1,320 meters, feet. Correction. That's just rough math from my head. So how long would that take to dig using Avantor and Zora?
More time than you guys have.
Okay. So
this-
how much?
This you're wanting to do, you want it to go all the way around Black Shadow, right?
That's if we were to do it, yes. So where are they directly attacking from? Are they attacking from all the way around, or two directions?
What you know is they are coming from straight over the bridge, and you know that over here they are coming from this direction up here in the corner. So they are coming from down this way.
Alright, do we have siege equipment?
No, but in the time that you guys have, you can build some crude, and I do mean crude, siege weapons that would effectively work for a little bit. But after so many uses, they will splinter and be destroyed.
Yes, okay. What defenses does Black Shadow have?
Do the undead have siege equipment?
Not
Hi.
that you know of.
Tyrone,
Can you
what?
hear us?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, actually, we should decide our true objective here. Do we want to repel them, or do we want to buy people time to escape?
That is true. If we were to do it the escape way, we could use Avantor and Zora to get people out quite easily, and we would only have to hold off for maybe. How long would it take them? Yeah.
There's quite a lot of people in Black Shadow. It would take you a long time. But should it come down to having to flee, there is one location that Zahn and Zilzana know of that you could flee to and regroup and whatnot. This tower here, dubbed the Tower of Darkness because it has not been renamed yet, it's a safe haven that the people of Black Shadow used in the past, when the town was overrun by doppelgangers. That's where they fled to last time until Koroth with the original group came in and cleared the town, in which case they migrated back. So Zahn and Zilzana say that's one location they can go to, and they know that at the very top of the tower there is what you could call a portal that goes into a dimension that's they don't know where this dimension is, but they know it's a dimension that is a safe haven, basically.
Okay. So how far a flight is that via Avantor or Zora?
Well, it's 75 miles divided by 40. Not all of them actually live within the confines of the town themselves. This is actually the first time I'm going to be revealing this. But just outside the town, there is a small village nestled in the hills that was recently built while you guys were away to accommodate for the more people coming to town. It's been called Wellspring, and it's a little town just outside of Black Shadow. though with the warning of the undead coming, that town has been basically deserted now.
Okay. So if we wanted, we could also use that town as a small little like rest base during the battle if we were to push them back so far. So how far is it? Like 5 miles from Black Shadow?
15 miles.
Okay.
By flight, well, actually, no, that's not realistic. The town's only 1 or 2 miles out from Black Shadow itself.
Okay. So how many people live within the walls of Black Shadow? Do we know the exact number or a rough number?
You would say anywhere from 200 to 300 live within the walls itself.
Okay, next question. In terms of men, women, anyone capable of anyone who's able and willing to defend Black Shadow, how many people are we working with?
All the people that you see here.
Their average.
So
what's
all
their
the
average skill level?
Beg your pardon?
What's their average skill level?
You would deem them to be out of character. You would deem them to be about the equivalent of a 3rd or 4th level fighter. With the guard captain, you would assume to be about a 5th level fighter.
Archers?
Yeah, you got some archers in the trees and archers on the walls.
Oh, so
okay.
30 guards.
Approximately.
And then you've got the same thing on the northeastern section as well. You've got guards all along the wall, and then you've got guards not far out from that. And you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but the 6 adventurers that you guys met in the tavern that one night, except for Mamagi, she won't know these guys. You know that they're preparing to join in the defense as well.
Okay, that's good. We will need them.
And also, I don't know who remembers her, but Katilla will also be joining in this battle. And then Zilzana will be at the southern entrance, while Zan will be at the northeastern entrance.
So I'm assuming, out of character, you would be taking control of them?
For the most part, yes.
Okay. Same with Zora, the dragon?
Yes.
Okay. Because I was just questioning that in case we got to control them.
If you guys wanted to take some of these NPCs off my hand, I would be more than happy to do that. It makes it easier on me and will make this go a little bit quicker because I'm not having to jump back and forth between everyone.
Which is fair enough.
The main focus I'm trying to have with this huge encounter is going to be the undead, because they are going to be the main adversary that I need to keep track of and control and whatnot.
Yeah. So when Koroth gets back, we can organise maybe one of us taking over Zora and one of us over Sana and Susanna.
Hi.
And then maybe if we were to get Koroth to maybe lead one of the... We could do that in that sense, and we'd each
Hi,
have
I'm
like...
Koroth. Hi.
Hi. Hi, welcome back. So, yeah, no. So, do we have the material to be able to make, like, basically massive people-carrying baskets that would be used for Avantor and Zora to carry people, as well as on their back, carry people to the Tower of Darkness, as we'll call it?
Well, you don't really need... Well,
No,
actually,
just to carry more people, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. See, the thing is, even doing something like that, it still limits the amount of people to the same amount. It just means there's less space. See, what the 2 dragons can do is they can have a certain number of people on their backs, and they can also carry 2 people maybe in their front paws.
And what I was proposing with the basket is to basically they carry a massive people carrying basket that can carry maybe however many more people that their strength can handle.
Well, see, that's the thing. With having people on their back and then 2 in their front paws, they can't carry anything else because they need at least their back paws to be able to land to put the 2 in their hands down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no worries. I'm just thinking of that's just more so an evacuation plan. That's all. If it was required. So does apart from the guards, does the town have any other like stationary defenses, like say a ballista or a cannon or anything?
No.
Evacuation's going to be the hardest part. If we have to.
Again, it's nice to have backups. Fact remains is that if we do end up evacuating, somebody's gonna get left behind.
Yeah. If anything, the best way to do it would be to have as many guards and warriors and us stay behind to the last minute while we get civilians out. Because they, can't defend themselves, and if we have all of us defending them while we get them all to the Tower of Darkness and into this safe dimension, as we'll call it, it'll buy them time.
For now, and Archer, since we're adept at hiding, even if they do leave without us, we can escape on our own.
Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, we can. So, you and I could theoretically be the last ones left, say, with Koroth. And if so, we still have Matambo who's an elephant, and if we needed to, could get him to barge through a heap of undead and take... How many people can Matambo carry?
4, 5 including the rider.
Okay, so that's 5 people. How long would it take for Matambo to get to the Tower of Darkness?
I don't think he can fit inside.
No, like just to get to it.
Oh. Elephants
let's
move at
see.
like 15.
It would take him 5 days.
5 days, okay. That'd be 10 days then and back.
Tyron, can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Well, do you remember I asked about herbalism use?
Yes.
And you said that I might ask around the town for healing herbs.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
You keep going. I'm going to work out whether or not there will be, but I'm going to work out what healing herbs are available at the current moment.
If so, are there any herbs that do, have special effects relating to, burning for longer periods? I actually need to look at the herbs. No. Sorry. I'm just trying to think. Koroth, have any ideas?
Do you have any,
I'm gonna get on Matumbo's neck, and I'm gonna kill a lot of guys. That's my plan.
I mean, to help set up defense, because we could use... Actually, how far does the river span across? Does it just span from one wall to another, Tyrone?
It spans from one wall to another, but keeps going on in both directions.
Yeah, no, I figured that, but it only goes that far.
Because if you look here, that's
Okay.
I mean theoretically that should be a bit closer to the town, but that's what it's like.
Okay.
Your river goes from the mountain out along and out into the ocean.
So, where's the wall in comparison?
Well, wall theoretically would be about there.
Okay, so the main entrance would cut across about there. No, oh, didn't mean that, but I still had that on. We'll cut across about there, main entrance, maybe, roughly.
No. The main entrance would be in here.
Okay, so, okay, I see what you mean. Yep. So there's only one part of the river within the walls.
No. I'm just saying that this thing here should theoretically be more up here. I've just got it there to make it easier.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean, but I'm talking how much of the river is actually within the walls of Black Shadow.
None of it.
What about that bridge within Black Shadow?
That bridge is not inside the town.
Oh, it's outside? Okay.
If you have a look, the bridge is to the south of the town.
Oh, yes, okay, I've seen that wrong. Okay. But if we could just, instead of digging the moat, we could theoretically use the river as one. If we were to make it, how I proposed that wall along the moat, we could theoretically do that with the river, making it only the bridge crossable.
Hey, Tyrone.
Mm.
Now, so when I snuck into town to scout ahead, I saw the Necromancer's undead army, right?
Yes.
Did any of them have ranged weapons?
Not that you could determine. There was simply too many of them to work it out.
Too many to work it out, but none of the ones I saw had a bow or a crossbow or anything like that.
Not that you could work out, no. All of them, so I'll give you a rough idea of what you saw. You saw what looked to be a very large number of zombies, some revenants, skeletons which all seem to wield axes and shields, 2 very large skeletons, what appeared to be also a Death Knight, a large number of hands crawling around, some ghouls, some ghasts, and a mummy. And in amidst that, somewhere you could have sworn, and you are still not 100% sure of this, you could have sworn that there were 2 liches.
So is that just a part of the army or the whole thing?
That's just what he could make out was a part of the army. He couldn't work out numbers, there's simply too many of them, but he can work out individual aspects of the army.
Okay. Can you please, I wasn't able to get to XP for the last few sessions. I should have done it, but I haven't been able to. Would you able to toss that up, please, Tyrone? I don't mean to be rude.
It should be back in the chat.
Yeah, well, I have the chat log open in another thing. It's just not scrolling all the way up.
You don't have to scroll up far. Our XP is literally right there.
Ah, yes, I did. I scrolled up too far. Okay, sorry. Okay, so... Yep.
Alright, what resources do we have in town that are of use to us?
Well, ask what you need and I'll tell you whether or not it is available.
Huh. What exactly is the Wand of Fire? Like fireballs?
It allows you to shoot a fireball and Azingangazer's whatever it is, Scorch, I think. I'll be right back.
Alright. But there's only one.
Where the fuck is Magulor?
Ran away for his life?
No, that
He's
ain't.
not
No, that
married.
I see what you did there.
Okay, Wand of Fire. Whoops. It allows you to do Burning Hands. The wand emits a fan-shaped sheet of 10 feet wide at its end, of fire 10 feet wide at its end, and 12 feet long. Each creature touch suffers 6 points of damage. The sheet of fire appears instantly, blah blah blah, expends 1 charge. It can do pyrotechnics, it can do a fireball, and it can do a wall of fire.
Okay, how much are merchants willing to give in defense of Black Shadow?
Well, do I still have it up?
Like their stores? Yeah.
Okay,
Do the stores have any new stock since we left for the town and come back? Because how long did it take us to get down? A few days?
yeah, but they haven't had anything new come in yet. They've got a new
Okay.
shipment on the way, but it's not here yet. So for the Wand of Fire, they're willing to drop the price down to 5,000 gold.
Alright, the same for the Wand of Lightning.
That one 5,500 because it's pretty much fully charged.
5,000. For a defensive attack, after all, Nesros, just tighten up your belt a bit. See here.
So you'll take the Wand of Fire.
I'm just trying, since it can't do Fireball, I have to change my plan a bit.
Yep. So the Wand of Fire has 88 charges.
88 charges, huh?
A question. I don't know how magic works. How does each spell use a different charge or one charge?
Well, the Burning Hands uses 1 charge, the Pyrotechnics uses 1 charge, and the Fireball uses 2 charges, but using the Fireball... Sorry, no. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Sorry. The Fireball uses 2 charges, and using the Fireball part adds an initiative modifier of +2. It does 66 points of damage, where all 1s are considered 2s. The Wall of Fire has an initiative modifier of +3 and expands 2 charges as well.
Expands how many charges?
2 charges.
2 charges, okay.
And
Well,
the
how
wine...
long does the... Sorry, just explain.
Go ahead.
Well, how long does the Wall of Fire last? And how
6
big?
rounds. Okay, the wand can be used to draw a fiery curtain of purple-red flames, 1,200 feet square. So 10 feet by 120 feet, 20 by 60 feet, 20 feet by 60 feet, 30 by 40 feet, and so on and so on.
So, depending on the... Okay, sorry.
The flames last for 6 rounds and cause 2d6 plus 6 points of damage if touched, 2d4 points if within 10 feet of the fire, 1d4 if within 20 feet. The flames can also be shaped into a ring around the wand user, but the circle is 25 feet in diameter.
How about the Wand of Lightning?
The Wand of Lightning has 2 functions. First one is Shock. This does 1d10 points of damage to a target struck in melee combat with no save. Characters wearing metal and or shields are treated as armor class 10. Plain leather and wood work normally. Magic bonuses on metal armor do not affect armor class, but a ring of protection does. The Shock uses 1 charge. And the Lightning Bolt. Stroke can be either forked or straight. See the Lightning Bolt spell. Damage is 66, treating 1s as 2s, but a saving throw is applicable. The function uses 2 charges and has an initiative modifier of +2.
Alright. Huh. Do we know how tightly packed in the undead are. Actually,
Um,
that won't matter. If we can funnel them, they'll have to pack in together to be effective anyway.
Yes, that's true. Also, how much grease and oil do we have? Like, say I don't mean to be. If it's too much, just make a rough estimate.
Oil, there would be about...
So, if we were to use this bullpen idea, which is really good, would really help to funnel. We could use the grease and then wall of flame or whatever we want to do, because the grease is flammable, as Tyrone has said, which I don't know if that'll affect the wall of flame wand to help it burn longer, maybe, I don't know. I'll have to ask you on that. But we'd be able to do that, maybe.
Barrels have a volume of 3 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. So, and they can carry a weight capacity of 100 pounds.
Cool. And with the grease, you say Nestros put the grease down in this bullpen area. Then he used the wall of flame from the wand. One turn after the other, or we set it up before the attack came. Would we then be able to... Would that make the wall of flame last longer? Or do more damage or something? Or help it spread?
The wall of fire...
Yes.
The wall of fire is magic. It will last as long as it lasts. So there's nothing you can do to extend that duration.
Okay, so it wouldn't spread to the grease or anything? Even though it's... Okay, cool. But even so, we could still use the grease to light on fire with the torch.
If the wall of fire touches grease or oil, it will ignite it, but that fire will be normal fire, not the magical fire that the wall of fire is.
Yeah, no, okay. But that's still useful. Okay, thank you, Tyrone. We could use that in the bullpen. Nestros. Because you make a massive flaming area that they have to walk through to even get to us. Weakens them significantly. Plus the wall of flame's going to make them significantly weaker. Because that's a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, like, I guess I'll main the front of the area.
Yeah, with someone tanky near you to be able to... If you were to get charged, we don't want you getting wounded or knocked out quickly. So we'll have someone with you so they can take hits for you. We could do that.
Yeah, quick question. In regards to the, Alright, so it's a fire wand we need, not necessarily,
lightning, no. Because with flames, we can set up massive areas. Because the flame wall can then block off an area, or not block it off, but anyone who tries to breach it will take a reasonable amount of damage. And could kill weaker undead, depending on weaknesses and hit points and whatnot.
Good news, guys. Apparently we have some herbs to make some potions if we could make it work.
Yep, well, we could get you, and if Kando knows anything on making potions, I don't know if he does, if you haven't looked at his character sheet properly.
Yes, Mamagi could
not
make
yet.
potions, but
Yeah.
she could also cast spells to help with fortifications, but there's one thing that she has no idea about any kind of uses for her spells. So you might need to give her some kind of directions.
Yeah, no, does Kando know anything about... I don't think Kando knows anything about potions making, does he, Tyrone? No, he has herbalism. Herbalism.
That's
Cool.
That's what you need.
Yeah, so we'll
Alright.
get Kanto and Mamagi working on using the herbs to make healing stuff, I guess, if
Yep.
we need it.
So
That'll
there,
help all sorts of whatnot.
Magulor just went offline.
I might need some mortar and pestle to work with herbs.
yeah, anything you need, you'll be able to find easy. There is 5 Juzam, which when turned into a potion does 3d6 plus 3 points of healing. And there's also some Loras, which is when turned into a potion heals 1d2 plus 2 points of healing. So there's 5 Juzam and 14 Loras.
How much time do you need to prepare potions?
Yeah. Also, how many is required to make one potion? Just one?
You just need 1 herb per potion. Let's see. Let me have a quick look at the characters. Okay, between the two of you, you'll get all the Juzam done if you're going to focus on those, and you'll get half of the Loras done. So you'll get 7 of the Loras done in the time that you have. So 5 Juzam and 7 Loras.
I reckon we do that because the Juzam are a stronger healer, so they'd be better in a... Whereas the Loras, if you've taken light damage, because it's 1d2.
Guys,
Yes, Juzam herbs are quite effective. We can use them for potions.
mic check.
Yep, we can
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Magulor Gorshade logged out.
hear. Yes, he couldn't come up today. He said to me long before the session started, shit went down at home and I may not be able to come to the session. Family matters came up and I think I won't be able to attend.
Well, I reckon today, because we won't have... I mean, we have most people there except for Magulor. So, with... there's an hour gone of the session. There's 2 hours left.
We can keep this going for as long as you guys want.
Yeah.
I'm in no hurry to be anywhere.
No,
well, he's
yeah,
our
nor
big-
am I. It's just...
He's our big guns. I would prefer to postpone till next week.
Well, see, here's the thing. You guys are going to have to be fighting on 2 fronts as it is anyway. So, and you're going to have 2 dragons. One of them will be here at the southern, and one will be at the other one. So, theoretically,
If we're gonna use Magula, we could just stick him in the front where we're not fighting.
Yeah. And, if anything, I reckon we sort out the defenses. Like, all the defenses we can in the time we have. We'll do everything we can to defend. And then if we have time for combat, or if no one has to leave that would be a part of the initial combat, we can stop or we can continue into combat. If that's what we want to do.
It's all up to you guys.
Yeah, no, I was just suggesting, that's all.
Well, we at least could use this time to make some potions. Well, or at least make check to make potions.
Yeah, me, Kando and Mamagi will make checks to
Yeah, so you'll need to
do
do a herbalism check for each herb,
Okay.
for each potion that you make.
Okay, I think this is correct. Don't. I think that was correct.
Yes, that was correct.
I'm not 100. Okay, cool. 0 success.
Which means you.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the 7 Loris first. I'll get Mamagi to focus on the Drazam, and I'll do 7 Loris for the
Yep.
Yes, I can do that.
just because I don't want to Okay, yeah, cool, no worries. Yeah, so we'll just do that. So that was Loris.
Tyron, just a question. What happens when you roll 1 on herbalism to make potion?
It's just it's just success.
It means you succeeded. 1 successes, which you succeeded once because you're only doing one thing, so you succeeded.
So 1 does not make exceptional potions, no?
No.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well, not that you're aware of, because all you're doing is you're putting it together in the manner that you know works. You're just not aware if what you've done has made it better than what it really is.
okay, cool.
So in theory, yes, it could be better. You just don't know, though.
I'm assuming that's at the end of Tyrone. I'm assuming the XP you put there was from the end of last session.
Yes.
Okay.
That's not right.
I think you messed up a bit.
So it's true. I think it's pass.
Hang on.
Yeah, that's a pass.
No. Hang on. Why is it doing that?
Yeah, I know. It's because I.
Let me try this. Nope.
So anyway, 1 success for one route.
Just hang on. I'm trying to figure out why this says 140. That's not correct.
No, I already figured it out. It's just because of well.
It's because
It's
there's a
normal one.
0. There's a 0 after the check. In the
Yes.
in the box after the 14, there's a 0.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So you have to put +0 for it to work.
Yeah.
Or you can just delete the 0 and leave it blank.
No, we already figured it out.
Okay.
Now, don't make any noises to not attract evil spirits to my potions.
Okay, so that's 2.
Yeah, so he's doing the disarm at the moment. If I'm correct.
3, 4.
That's a nice looking rock token.
Okay, so you successfully turned the 5 herbs all into the 3d6 plus 3 healing potions. All 5 of them.
So there's 5 PCs. Distribute them amongst the 5 PCs would be my bet.
I think a smart on us.
Yeah.
Use this well.
I reckon that's the best bet. Do you agree with that, Koros and Nostros?
Yeah, the potions will be useful. You just have to decide how to distribute them.
Exactly. So, do you reckon it should be distributed amongst the 5 PCs, Magior, Archer, Nestros, Koros, and Mamagi? Or differently?
Well, I'm thinking, because on the day of the actual attack, I do have an idea. I could cast, and when the undead show up, I could cast enlarge on a few brave souls, and they could, at least for now anyway, give us an advantage against the undead by, attacking them.
We could theoretically do that, yes, and then also, Tyrone, with the archers, could we do them in, like, I'm assuming this is what you're going to do already to make it easier on yourself. I'm assuming you're going to do, like, all the normal guards in one big group and do all their attacks in one big group, and then same with the archers.
Yep.
I reckon, Nestros, if you and me split up and we take the archers, and we direct them where to go, then we get maybe Kuros and Magulor to command. Oh, I don't actually trust Magulor commanding soldiers. Shouldn't do that. I don't know.
Remembering you guys have 2 different locations that you need to defend.
Exactly. So I'm thinking me and Nestros take one side of archers each. So I might take the northeast, and Nestros might take the south, for example.
Well,
And then we get.
Well, this is interesting. I have some good news, I guess. I can apparently improve Phantasmal Force has a rather large radius that holds up as long as I concentrate on it. It has an area of effect of 200 square feet plus 50 square feet per level. So in total, if I use the spell to my fullest capabilities, I'm working with about 600 square feet of space at a range of up to 140 yards. I'm thinking, obviously if we have our men outside basically ready to fight, the Necromancer are obviously going to fire spells at them, right? So I'm thinking is, I'm thinking I could provide a sort of illusionary fog cover, where basically the other guys will know it's an illusion ahead of time, so that they won't, freak out from the fog. But from the outside looking in, it'll give all of our archers and our fighters some cover.
Yep.
So if there are ranged attackers, they'll be more likely to miss, and they won't necessarily be prepared for any spells or arrows that come their way.
Yep.
I just have to focus on it. So basically, I can't move very far, and I can't cast any other spells once I start doing it.
I reckon if you were to do that, I reckon you set up the you'd set up the wall first, the flame wall with grease and whatnot, the bullpen as we'll call it. Because I reckon you taking the south and having the main gate and that bullpen that leads in. I reckon. Do you think mounting the defense inside the wall or outside the wall would be better?
I think that we're best I believe we should do our defenses where we're best unprepared. Because we fight the undead in open battle. All that'll happen is that their forces will outnumber ours, and then they'll just get swarmed.
Exactly.
If we fight them, however, in the town, the undead will most likely have to go through either the front door, and if we could get that little fire thing going, they can't climb up the side, so they'll have to go through the gate. So we can literally have men sitting there waiting to ambush them.
If I may say, Azinga has blessings for me because the green is here. While green is here, my spells can work on the wretched walking dead.
I'm assuming that's how you would have, or roughly how you would have Pensar.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, basically, I think the straight death or not at all.
Yeah, if anything, what you were saying here, Nestros, with the pit here, you are correct. I'm sorry, because I thought this is the inside of the wall, not the outside of the wall. Where this is what Tyrant says, this is the outside of the wall, this is pushing out. So putting the actual pit there a bit forward so the wall doesn't catch on fire, or whatever we put in there, I reckon if we just make it a ditch, they can't really climb up and knock down the wall, so they have to go through the gate.
And plus, you're the undead can't be violent. If I have dire fall, if I have we have to make it look like normal weather. Thinking that the spellcaster might not change yeah, like I know that obviously for a power if I like again use big fog cover would if they don't necessarily know big is would the spellcasters get similar if they suck if they don't necessarily know exactly
Not that you're aware of. You believe it would fool them, but you're not completely sure. You must get you guys to move your scribbles from my place. Now that I've got an idea of how this would fit my game.
Yeah.
I would cover as much of the wall as I
Before we do that boxing, we would actually check whether it would be, well, you know, very focused for that.
So you can make me do up another map.
Okay, but there's actually an alternative because, well, as I said, in catch, Mamagi has nature spells. We have quite a lot of greenery around, and we could use some of it to our advantage, using spells.
Can you create a
But
pit?
for example, I would like to ask, how long is the grass around the town?
Not too long, but not too short. Sort of that medium length.
About how? Good. So let me do my in-character voice. Mamagi has heard legends about my priests using spells to guard the areas. The legends how they made lighting fire from ground and sky as the enemy had to flee.
That could be useful.
I might have some of the spells, possibly if Azinga is generous. But there is not much time to prepare this.